In Does the Internet Make You Dumber?, Nicholas Carr worries that our use of the Internet is turning us into a species of shallow thinkers. If you asked a friend to sum up the article, Does the Internet Make You Dumber? By Nicholas Carr, they might shoot you a single-sentence tweet like that one. The same bite-sized synopsis could also act as the article's subheading, or as a brief description that links to the full article on the Wall Street Journal. Nicholas Carr thinks that as we increasingly seek out quick, bite-sized information on social media and throughout the internet, we are missing out on the actual depth and complexity of people's ideas. But what exactly is missing from this one-liner tweet of Carr's article? Let's take a look at another tweet. In a nightmarish future America, girl takes her sister's place in a fight-to-death competition. She wins, finds love, sways public opinion. If you've read or watched The Hunger Games, you may be able to connect this synopsis with the storyline. But what's missing? If you liked The Hunger Games, you will probably say, everything. What's missing are all of the details, the context, the story, the characterization, the suspense, the uncertainty, and more importantly, your involvement. How can you care about or connect with the few little factoids or ideas that are limited to 140 characters? If we go back to the tweet about the article, the same things are missing. Context, details, the reasons why you should care. You can memorize those 140 characters, but they don't mean much. To fully understand Carr's ideas, you would have to actually read his article all the way through. When following PowerPoint presentations, you're probably used to copying down bullet points for later review. Rushing to keep up with each slide, you might jot down something like this for the Nicholas Carr reading. You could memorize these notes the night before an exam, but would they be helpful without meaning or further understanding? These notes are missing the connections that Carr makes, the context he gives, and the voice he uses to convey his ideas. These are the ingredients that lead to understanding, not just the transmission of information. They are the elements that allow you to develop interest, think critically, and engage with the ideas instead of treating them as meaningless information to be memorized but not understood. To understand what Carr has to say, you have to actually listen to him. Pay attention. Read all the way through. Try to understand. Ultimately, Carr's whole point is that with its instant gratification factoids, the internet is encouraging us to skim through simplified information out of context, thereby sacrificing our understanding, mindfulness, and critical thinking in the process. We know that information is now cheap. If we can't be bothered to understand the information in a human context by focusing on what a human being has to say about it, then it is also meaningless. Because you can't put what Carr actually has to say into a 140-character tweet, or 4 bullet points, and you certainly can't do the same with The Hunger Games. You have to read it, and you have to experience it in order to know it. You can't put what Carr has to say into a 2-minute video either, for that matter.